Howdy do, and welcome to Raymond Zhang's video tutorials. I'm aware that some people are unable to use the graphic calculator to evaluate probabilities for distributions. Well, fret not. Today, I'll be recording a series of 3 videos, each covering one distribution, and I'll show you how to evaluate the probabilities for each distribution. Now, before we begin, let me show you how to reset the graphic calculator. The first step is to press the buttons 2, 8, and on simultaneously. So you should get this delete apps programs for Singapore. After that, press OK. Once the calculator is resetted properly, you should get this screen. Now, let's get on to proper business. Now, take for example, we have this binomial distribution whereby x follows a binomial distribution and n equals to 21 and p, which is the probability of one successful trial, is 0.15. Now, let's now show a few examples, and from here you can learn how to use the graphic calculator to help you. Now, find p, the probability that x takes on the value of 4. Alright, here we go. So, the first thing you should do is press second, after that press vars. Now you'll be brought to this menu, and let's now move down this menu. Now see Binom PDF. Binom PDF is used when you want to find the probability that x takes on a certain value, which is in this case 4. So let's now select this option by pressing enter. And I've said very clearly the number of trials is 21 as defined in the distribution. Probability of one successful trial is 0.15, and x value. So x value is 4 because I want to find the probability that x takes on the value of 4. So we can paste this onto the main screen. We press enter, and there we have it. So in Nanyang Business School, the stance is to leave all answers correct to 4 decimal places. So p, x equals to 4, will give you 0.1912. Alright, now this is very clear and straightforward. Now you do not need to write binom PDF whatsoever in your exam. Just write this and the examiner will give you the marks. Now let's move on. P, x less than or equals to 5. Now before I show you on the calculator, now note that p less than or equals to 5 means p of x equals to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now remember that a binomial distribution is a discrete random variable. It's a discrete distribution. So for this case, you have to use CDF. All right, because CDF means cumulative distribution function. So anything less than the value of 5, that is. All right, so once again, go to second vars. All right, so we will find binom CDF. So again, the number of trials is 21, p is equals to 0.15, x value is 5. We paste, and ta-da, there we have the answer, which is 0.9173, correct to 4 decimal places. Now the first 2 examples should be pretty straightforward. Let's now move on to the third one. Now notice that I did not put the equal sign for the less than for part C, so it's just x less than 7. So in other words, I want to find the probability of x taking on all values less than 7. Now remember that for a discrete random variable, x less than 7 means you don't want to include 7, so you want to include all values less than 7. So let's draw a number line maybe. 0, 1, 2, 3. Pardon for the messy number line. Now you do not want to include 7, so you want all values less than 7, so it's in this case from 0 to 6. You want to include all these values. Now of course it's not necessary to draw this number line in the exam, I'm just drawing it here to explain to you. All right. So in other words, it is asking you to find p less than or equal to 6. So how do you evaluate this? Again, like part B, we'll use binomial CDF. So let's do the steps here. Now, there we have it. So we just change the px value to 6. And there you have it. That's the answer. 0.9713. All right, let's now move on to part D. Aha! So for part D, I have purposely switched the direction of the inequality sign. Now it wants you to find probability of x greater or equals to 5. So in other words, x taking a value of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all the way to 21. Now for this case, you can't use binomial CDF because binomial CDF strictly refers to x less than or equal to a certain number. But there's a way around this. Now watch carefully. Now there's a trick here taught by my JC teacher. Where you see greater than the first thing that should snap into your mind is that you want to use the complement method as they call it. Now let me just write that down. Now this should make sense to you because so now the question wants you to find all probabilities greater than this part. So so 5 is already included in the question, like what you want to find. So when I want to so-called find a complement, it will not include 5. So anything less than 5. All right. So the trick to how to write this equation as taught by my JC teacher, okay, this trick is when you want to use the complement method, when you move from this greater to less than sign, right? Notice that one side has the equal sign and one side does not have the equal sign. Now, as I covered in part C, px less than 5 will mean px of x less than or equal to 4. Right? So 4. Now, pardon for the messy handwriting, but you get the point because I don't include 5 for the complement. Now, when you have this form, when you have this so-called complement form, as they so call it, you can now use the GC to help you. Now, so we'll take 1 minus second vars. So use binomial CDF 21, 4, and this is the answer. All right. 5. All right. Now, as for the last part, the logic is similar. Oh wait, the last part. Sorry, let me change this to x testing. Okay. Now, as I said earlier, using the so-called complement method taught by my JC teacher. So it'll be 1 minus, when I say there's no equal sign on one side, there's equal sign on the other side. So therefore, straight away, I can write this. And once again, use the help of the graphic calculator. Oops, I should have written 1 minus. So straight away the answer is 0.0020. Alright? Now I hope this video helps and I'll be sending more videos in due course. Thank you.